The king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, "Didn't I tell you that he would not prophesy good concerning me, but evil?" Micaiah said, "Therefore hear Yahweh's word. I saw Yahweh sitting on his throne, and all the army of heaven standing on his right hand and on his left." Yahweh said, "Who will entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?" One spoke saying in this way, and another saying in that way. A spirit came out, stood before Yahweh and said, "I will entice him." Yahweh said to him, "How?" He said, "I will go and will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets." Yahweh said, "You will entice him and will prevail. Also go and do so." Now therefore behold, Yahweh has put a lying spirit in the mouth of these your prophets, and Yahweh has spoken evil concerning you. Then Zedekiah the son of Chenaanah came near and struck Micaiah on the cheek and said, "Which way did Yahweh's spirit go from me to speak to you?" Micaiah said, "Behold, you will see on that day when you go into an inner room to hide yourself." The king of Israel said, "Take Micaiah and carry him back to Ammon, the governor of the city, and to Joash the king's son, and say the king says, put this fellow in a prison and feed him with bread of affliction and with water of affliction until I return in peace." Micaiah said, "If you return it all in peace, Yahweh has not spoken by me." He said, "Listen, you peoples, all of you." So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, went up to Ramoth Gilead. The king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, "I will disguise myself and go into the battle, but you put on your robes." So the king of Israel disguised himself, and they went into the battle. Now the king of Syria had commanded the captains of his chariots, saying, "Don't fight with small nor great, except only with the king of Israel." When the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, they said, "It is the king of Israel." Therefore they surrounded a fight. But Jehoshaphat cried out, and Yahweh helped him, and God moved them to depart from him. When the captains of the chariots saw that it was not the king of Israel, they turned back from pursuing him. A certain man drew his bow at random and struck the king of Israel between the joints of the armor. Therefore he said to the driver of the chariot, "Turn around and carry me out of the battle, for I am severely wounded." The battle increased that day. However, the king of Israel propped himself up in his chariot facing the Syrians until evening. And at about sunset, he died.